Hello, I'm O Speaks. If you're new here, like, subscribe, share. Uh, we're gonna go over this new footage. Now, it came out like 2 days ago, maybe Friday, whatever it was. It came out, and I've seen people talking about it, but I'm looking at it a little bit differently. So I still wanted to go over it. I don't have that much for you guys today, but I want to let you know that I'm fully aware that this is all a distraction. So I don't want you to think that I'm just some idiot who just blindly follows whatever the news is that's going on. If you look, this is the real news of the day. Let me pull this up real quick. So again, I'm fully aware. We can make this full screen. I understand there's some really bad things happening right now. Iran is controlling the strait still. They're blowing up ships, or they're bombing. I won't say they're blowing up ships. They're bombing, and they're, I mean, I guess to the extent that you could call it winning, they are. So I want you guys to know I understand that what I'm covering today is nothing more than a distraction. Fully aware. I get it. I really, really do. But I still want to talk about this because there is a tactic. What's going on, Miss KMC? There's a tactic going on, and it's a problem because it has bigger implications. So I've already talked about the fact that this is a free speech issue, a big one. But more importantly, they're playing in our face. And I don't like when people play in my face. It's really, really annoying. What's going on, Miss Just J? So when I decided to do this live on the new footage of the ballroom attack, just understand that I'm fully aware that this is all a sideshow. The ballroom, I can cover it if people want me to, but I'm not interested in it because again, I think all of this is a distraction. It's all games. It's a 3-card Monte game, and they want you to look over here, so they make it look like the card is over here when it's really over here. This is all a game, and I'm not interested in playing it. I'm really not interested in playing it. So today we're going to talk about, or actually I'll just do the title of the live stream. I think that's a title. I may have changed the title. Title of the live stream is The New FBI Ballroom Attack Footage Highlights Weird Erika Kirk, Secret Service, and Kash Patel Behavior. I'm not sure this was a good idea. I really don't. Like, subscribe, and share on the way in, please, please, please. At bare minimum, you're going to be annoyed. Best possible experience is you're going to laugh and you're going to learn some stuff today. What's going on, Free J? What up, man? So you've been cooking on you've been watching me on X. You know what? Let me share my X, because I really have. Not to boast or anything, but I like correcting people. Let me put this up there. This is my X. Follow me on X. I'm very active, especially around political topics. That's like my main thing. If you'd like to support the channel, please do. There's my Cash App. I'm gonna go through this footage again a little bit differently than how I've seen other people doing it. I'm gonna break it all down. We're gonna look at it, and I'm gonna ask some questions, and I want you guys to see if you can remember what happened with Charlie Kirk, because this is very strange. Thank you very much, Just Jay. So we can actually get started. Let me move this up. I believe, let's see, or I believed that we were done with this whole story because we saw the footage. I went over it. I made fun of how bad the footage was. But now, for some reason, the FBI said, you know what? We're going to give them clear footage. No, I'm good, man. As long as my wife likes it, I'm good. I don't take advice from avatars. So I thought we were done, and they decided for whatever reason, you know what we can do to make this story bigger? We'll give them better footage. And I'm not even sure that that footage is real, and I'll show you why. But whether it is or isn't, doesn't really matter. Thank you, Daughter Zion. I just found this all to be really, 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 really fascinating. I really, really did. So we can get started right away. And immediately, this is the new footage. Remember how bad the other footage was. And the first thing that came to my mind, let me fix that. first thing that came to my mind is, why wasn't this the first footage? Why would we get that choppy, it wasn't even 480. I don't know what P, what's that 40? 240? 120p. Why would we ever get that footage in the first place? It never made sense to me. I'm sitting there mad, and I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Why would they release this? It looked like Minecraft graphics. Why would they even release? Why would they bother showing us this when you can't really see anything? So what they said was, oh, I got an idea. Let's actually show them the real footage. Is it the real footage, or like, what is this? It's so confusing. So if we watch this, and you don't need to see my unshaved face, for some reason that's a deal. But if you watch this, you see what's going on way in the back. I want you guys to look at these. There's a lady with a blue shirt on up against the wall. And this is important. I don't know how important it is, but it's interesting to say the least. And trust me, I'm going to go back over, so I'm not ignoring this. So there's 3 people standing up against this wall, right? We recognize these people. We see them all the time. And again, don't worry about this because I'm going to go back over this. But I want you to watch these people. So they're running for their dear lives, but they're supposed to be security. Who are these people? Why? Look, they just left. I found that to be really fascinating, very interesting. So what's really weird about this? Let me find this tab, share screen. Those people are TSA. Why is TSA there? They're in charge of transportation. That's literally their name. Since 9/11, this whole idea was, we're going to beef up security and we're going to screen everybody going through. And TSA stands for Transportation Security Administration. So what are they doing at a hotel? What transportation is happening there? I thought this was interesting. I thought it was weird. I don't understand it. But I haven't seen anybody ask, what is TSA doing there? And why are they unarmed? So, TSA, they're not necessarily armed security, but they're supposed to. What's the purpose of them being there? To run and be somebody else that the real security has to protect? Because they literally just took off running. And I'm looking like, is that TSA? Because everybody recognizes the blue and black. And as you go through this footage, and trust me, there's a lot more to talk about than this. I just found this to be interesting, and I was curious as to why anyone thought that it was a good idea to have TSA there. So let me pause this, because this is even more interesting. And I'll get back to the TSA in a second. It's weird. To me, I can't find a reason why they would be there other than real security didn't feel like going through people's stuff when that's what real security is supposed to do. So they decided to pay some slightly above minimum wage employees who work for the TSA and just throw them in a hotel, even though their specialty is transportation. So you're supposed to see them at the airport, at bus places, anywhere where it's actually moving. So we're going to get to this, because this is probably the most fascinating part of the video right here. This is the guy, the Cole Thomas Allen, whatever his name is. This is him. He's going into this room or out of the room, wherever this is your guy, right? I want you guys to pay attention to this, because this is 3 seconds into the video. He's gone, out of sight. Cool. There's a dog immediately saying, hey, this guy's shady. There's an officer there with a dog. The dog is alerting the officer, pulling him toward the guy who ends up being the attacker. How does this happen? Now, mind you, this is the good footage they wanted us to see. And I thought, hold on. I thought that the other AI footage was bad. To me, it's like they wanted to release something to show us that they, I guess, had some good security or whatever. All they did was expose how bad it really was. It's worse than I thought, and I really thought it was bad. If this new footage is real, this is the single worst security breach since the great Maduro heist of 2026, January 2026, when we went and stole a president from another country. I don't know how a country allows that, but at least our military did that. This is one guy. Let me pull up big screen. One guy walks into this room. It sounds like the beginning of a really bad joke, but this is what it is. I would rather have a president stolen, like we stole Venezuela's president, than have something like this happen. One guy is going to walk into this room, and I counted the seconds, so I'm going to tell you how long he was in there. He was in there for 5 seconds. Now, it's actually 3.18 seconds he goes into this room. As soon as he goes in there, the dog's like, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And the guy's holding the dog back because the leash is tight. Right? You can see what's going on. I don't know when this guy has time to do anything. But this is incredible. So he's gonna call the dog back. He's talking to the guy. Hey, how's it going? What you doing in that room? Oh, nothing. Just getting prepared to charge. Oh, okay. Well, let me get this dog out of here. This dog, he can get aggressive at times. So, all right. Well, go on about your day. Have a great day. What is that? Is that a shotgun? Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to use it on you guys. Oh, all right. Well, the dog again. Hey, boss, there's something wrong with this guy. I smell a gun. This is what we're looking at. Why else would a dog be going after the guy? It knows he's got a weapon. And these dogs, they're designed. Oh, they're not designed. They're trained to smell ammo, bombs, weapons. Some of them are drugs, but I highly doubt in an event like this that they would have drug sniffing dogs, unless it's, does all of that. I don't know what that looks like. But what I do know is that this looks like the dog is saying, hey, this way, boss. And boss is pulling the dog back. Why? Who are you? He said, no, come on. Let's go this way. We're going to look for somebody else with a shotgun and a trench coat who's possibly about to charge. That's what we're going to look for. And he takes the dog away. Now, you can already see his foot entering. As soon as he turns around, the guy charges out. How did he have time to grab this weapon? How? Anybody tell me how? How did he have time to do this? The guy's looking at him the whole time. The dog's trying to get the guy to say, hey, you need to look more. And the security guy's just like, no, come on, dog. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with him is he's doing his job, unlike you. Whoever this guy is has to be fired. And he needs to be questioned. Hey, what do you think that dog is there for? Well, what do you mean? I was just walking the dog. It's not my dog. But do you understand why the dog is on the premises? Why we would allow a dog in this building? Like, do you know why the dog is there? There's carpet here, and it's not normally a place where you allow dogs inside. Why do you think you have this dog? Well, I was told that the dog is there to sniff out weapons. Oh, okay. So when he's pulling you towards somebody who ends up having a weapon, did it ever cross your mind to say, hey, what's going on, sir? How you doing? What are you doing in here? Can I help you? No, nothing. Just not stupid dog. I can't believe this dog. I think he's hungry. Hey guys, I think the dog's hungry. No, he's telling you that there's something wrong with this guy. So literally, as soon as this guy turns around, less than 2 seconds after the guy turns around, he's running out of the room. Charging out of the room, fully equipped with whatever kind of shotgun this is. Where did the gun come from? Can somebody tell me where the gun came from? While this guy's talking to him, can somebody explain to me? He didn't have time to do anything, right? He's just sitting there. He's sitting there in the hallway waiting for this cop and this pesky dog to leave. How you doing, Embassy? He's sitting there just waiting, and as soon as they turn around, boom, he's got a rifle in his hand. It just spawns in his hand like GTA. And he comes bursting out of the room, guns ablazing. How did this happen? Officer, are you a cop? Who are you? What kind of security is this? I need somebody to explain this. So when you explain it, I need it to make sense. Don't just say stuff. Well, that's what's in the charge of documents. Don't say that. I need to understand what you're looking at here. Because what I'm looking at here is this guy walking into the room. His arm's not moving, so he probably has a rifle. But what he's wearing is not long enough to cover the size of that rifle. You're going to see in a second. So what I'm thinking is maybe, just maybe he put the rifle there the night before because he was there. He slept there overnight. So maybe it's not a rifle, I'm sorry, shotgun. Maybe he put the shotgun down and was going to just retrieve it so he can run out. But it still does not answer my question. He has no time to do it. How did this happen? As soon as he goes in there, the dog is warning this guy. Hey. He's pulling him towards the guy. The dog is doing its job. This guy is stopping the dog from doing his job. Come on, dog. Come on. He pulls the dog back. He pulls the dog back. The dog goes again. The leash is tight. Come on. I said, well, what are you doing, dog? What is wrong with you? As soon as he turns his back, the dude bursts out. I need this answered. I need somebody to tell me how that's humanly possible. What is he looking at? What kind of security guard has zero discernment? You have a guy just went into a room. Your dog's pulling you. He's wearing a coat. He's doing something. You're talking to him. Instantly, that was a bad snap. Instantly, that was a little bit better. Instantly, as soon as you turn your back, he goes barges in with a shotgun. How is this humanly possible? I can't look at this and see anything other than this guy had to have known something. And if he didn't, I want you guys to see his reaction because we're only seconds in and I've already gone 17 minutes on this. I told you I don't have a lot, but I'm going to run my mouth on this because this is really important. This is national security, literally. You have several high-ranking people in Congress. You have the president. You have the vice president, all in this room. I guess it's right upstairs or right downstairs. I don't know if it's upstairs. I think it's upstairs. Doesn't matter. I don't care. What matters is this dog is doing his job, and somehow this guy, as soon as this guy with the cap turns around, instantly comes bursting out of the room, fully armed, fully ready. Now, what does the guy with the cap do? Hey, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Hey, dog, I guess you were right. His reaction is to go the other way. His reaction is to look, oh crap, he did have a gun after all. Good job, Sparky. And he runs the other way. Now, to his credit, he comes back. So maybe he was putting the dog up. My question is just let the dog go. It's what he does. Let the dog go. That's his purpose. Now, to be fair, I don't know if those dogs are trained to attack. Maybe he did his job. He sniffed it out. Officer blind just decided, yeah, this is not a threat. Even though you're there to perceive threats. Officer decided, I don't know. Let's go. It's not a threat. But he took off with the dog. And again, it looks like he may have put the dog up. Maybe he doesn't want to put the dog in the in the line of fire. But now we're going to go back to these TSA people because there's one, another one falls. To the other dude's credit, he did run towards the action after he let the action happen. And this is what the TSA did. Why are transportation, what is it called? Transportation Security Administration. Why are they there if they're going to run out the room and slam the door behind them? Why hire? Again, I'm not knocking TSA, but they're not, if they don't have firearms and they're there just to sort through, bag, purses, stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. But now you're creating more people to defend if something does happen because they're helpless. They literally ran out. Yes. This is so absurd. What is the purpose of them? What is the purpose of that guy, first of all? If he's going to run the other direction when you see something bad happening, his instinct is to go this way. Okay, I understand it's your natural instinct, but you got to catch yourself and say, wait a minute. This guy's going after the president. I need to turn around. Sparky, go, 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 shoo. And go get the guy. Like, it's so fast. Like I said, total interaction was, let's see, they speak until 17.1 seconds is when they were talking. 2 seconds after he turned around, that guy was already bolting towards, according to the official narrative, towards assassinating a president of the United States. And this is all you can do? TSA literally ran in and shut the door behind them. Shut the door behind themselves. Hold on, let me pull this back up. Sorry. Go back, hold on. These are the people. These are who we hired to secure the president and the vice president of the United States and several Congress people and 2,000 members of the media. According to this is their story. This isn't mine. I'm not making this up. The dog is telling him, this guy no good. Let's go, Sparky. The dog says, you know what? No. I'm telling you, this guy no good. He's going back. All right, come on, Sparky. Let's go. Boom. You just now allowed somebody in theory to go assassinate the president. And you ran the wrong direction. And TSA is literally tripping over themselves to get out of the way. And then when they get out of the way, they close the door behind them. So, hey, I don't want you guys coming here. We don't know you. They close the door. So this is back to, you could see the guy still with the dog, right? And I get it. While I was watching this, I got a headache because I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way security was this bad. But as I'm watching, I'm like, yes, it is. It's worse. What's going on, KTC? It's actually worse than I thought it was. It's worse. So they're doing something. They're fixing something on the ground. I would have TSA doing that. I don't know why the actual police are doing it. But whatever's going on, I don't know. I don't care. But this guy came running out. Look at the size of his shotgun. That was not under his jacket because he still has the jacket on. Where was that? Where was that? It had to have already been in that room. There's nowhere else that could have been. Look at the size of that thing. Now, you could say he assembled it. Okay, well, he didn't have time. You guys just watched the cop and the dog pull up. When was he assembling? In front of the cop, like, yeah, man, these shotguns, they're, you gotta, these screwdrivers. He didn't have time to assemble it. It was planted. Clearly, it was already there. Did somebody else put it there for him? Did he put it there the night before? Because we know he spent the night there. Yeah. Why are they repairing? Exactly. None of this makes sense to me. None of this. Please hit like and subscribe on the way in. You don't have to subscribe. But maybe by the end of the video, you'll want to subscribe. But at least hit like for now. Or dislike. I don't care. Just do something. It's engaging. Do something. But that gun, no way he was carrying it when he went in that room. And when he went in the room, he was immediately monitored. Not just by a guy, but by a dog. Where did that gun come from? How is this possible? And as he runs, look at these fools. Everybody's running the other way. All right, hey, credit to the black dude. He immediately stood up and drew. I like that guy. Everyone else, cowards. Look at him. Look at Hat Guy. That's the guy with the dog. All right, did they get him yet? Did they get him yet? All right, now let me now I can get closer. The cop had, big brother, the cop had to see that rifle. Or it's not, I keep saying rifle because it's huge. It's like a Sega 12 or something. Whatever, I don't know what kind of shotgun it is, but it's a shotgun. It's another thing, the weapon choice is very strange. If you want to assassinate multiple people, shotgun's probably not your best bet. I mean, it's good for, short range. If you wanted to take out the guy with the dog, that's good. That's good range to have a shotgun. But they're saying he shot somebody. I didn't see a shot, and we're gonna go over this because this is interesting to me. This is the kind of stuff I look at when I'm watching it. Those people gone. Look at them tripping and falling over each other, and they're gonna slam the door on their way out. Now this guy, hey, did you see anything? No, but your dog did. Did you see anything? You. Did you guys see anything? Did anybody see anything? Dude, you were standing there talking to him. This is the same guy. The guy pointing right here, taking charge, like only Mikey McCoy can. That's this guy. That's him. It's the same guy. So he goes in there. It looks like maybe he took his jacket off. Maybe he did have maybe he did have it on him. Hold on. Okay, so he does have a longer jacket here. But I still don't see where you have a shotgun that size. But let's say he did have it. When did he have time to take that jacket off without the officer seeing him? It would have had to reveal that shotgun. This is the guy here who's going to be pointing at people and directing traffic after the fact, after he failed miserably. Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you shoot anybody? Yeah, he's looking for somebody to blame. Free Jay. The dog is literally doing his job, saying, hey, man, boss, you need to look at this guy. And he's refusing. All right, I don't want to say refusing. I don't want to defame the guy. But he sucks. Is that defaming? Is that defamatory? He took the dog away and allowed everything to happen. If not for him, none of this would have happened. If he just stayed there and talked to the guy would have never been able to do this. And at some point, it would have come out like, hey, so what are you doing here? Are you attending? He's not dressed to attend. Is he dressed to attend? Let me see. What is he wearing? What are you wearing, criminal? Mr. Three-Name Assassin. They all have three names. Edgar Allan Cole, or whatever his name is, Cole Thomas Allen, whatever your name is. This guy here now becomes the boss somehow. This guy here, look at him. All of a sudden, first these cowards got to lock. They probably locked the door on the way out. They probably put the dude's jacket around the doorknobs, so it couldn't be opened from the other side. They used the killer, or I won't say that because he didn't actually do anything to anybody. No way this should happen. There's no text fixing this thing. It's actual police. It says it right there. He just keeps going. Everybody runs the other direction. Black dude, I am so proud of this man. This man needs a promotion. He needs to be carrying the dog from now on. I'm not carrying the dog. You know what I mean. I just need to know what's going on here and why it just... I understand chaos. I understand initial reactions. Like, I get that. But none of this happens if not for this guy now taking charge. You, over there. You, over there. So we're going to watch the whole thing here because this is phenomenal. And I do believe Cat Daddy. I believe that they knew because I'm going to show you Kash Patel's reaction to all this. So this is the actual footage. I zoomed out how it's supposed to be. I zoomed in so we could see all what was going on back there. So there he is. He went in the room. Horrible, horrible cop who sucks, who's ignoring his dog, is talking to him. There really is no time for this to happen. And if they cut, look at it, immediately. Oh, you know what? Whoever that dude was along the wall, he reacted correctly too. I'll give him credit too. You know what? It's the two bald dudes. Shout out to bald men. See? Look at this. Look at that. Dude by the door, close to the door, bald. Gotta give him credit. Black man, bald. I'm not saying, it's because they're bald. I'm just saying, hey, there's competency there. There's competency there. And there's my man directing traffic. This came from the FBI. This came from the FBI. Now, so if they cut any time out on the top, there's no reason to do it because that would make everyone even more suspicious. So that's what they have. Oh yeah, we're about to get there, Stockton, for sure. 5 times. Now, how many rounds did they say were fired? 5. So then how did a cop get shot? Oh, that psychopath shooting in the direction of everyone else? They probably shot the cop. Because it wasn't in his charges. So we'll get there. This is the day before? Is this the day before? Yeah, 8 p.m. So this is your guy just roaming the halls, trying to figure out, okay, where can I set this shotgun? This is so unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't working or something. It's possible it wasn't working. But here he is. He's just scoping out the scene. Now, mind you, the FBI claims that they knew he was there. They'd seen his earlier retweets or posts, whatever he did. Kash Patel was very, very quick to say, hey, we know everything about this guy. Okay, well, here he is in the gym. Maybe this is the room that leads over there. I don't know. I don't know why he's going in there. Maybe he wanted to work out, get on the treadmill, get prepared to just burst through 10 officers and run top speed to not make it where he's supposed to go. There's somebody in there that he's going to talk to for a second. Like, none of this is really important, but it shows you, first of all, his demeanor and just him walking around the hotel the night before. And I told you why I have a problem with that, because he supposedly slept in a room that was above the ballroom. So he's just roaming through. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to assassinate the president tomorrow. What do you think? No? I don't know. Agree to disagree. He's just gonna keep walking. He's just gonna keep walking around. This dude's just chilling. So they put it up to 300%, I guess, so they could speed through it, because he's just strolling through. La-di-da-di-da. All right, where can I hide this shotgun? I really need to hide the shotgun. This is all the footage that they released. Now remember, my biggest complaint was how bad the other footage was. This is what we're doing. It was like Betamax, VHS footage that was gone over several times with Jerry Springer video. It was that bad. It was actually worse. He's like, all right, well, I think I may have found my spot, and he's just going to keep roaming around. Not that somebody should have stopped him, but if they knew he was there, why was nobody watching him? If they wanted to wait till he tried something, as soon as he comes out of his room that day, arrest him. He's going to have something on him. If not, it's going to be in the room. But this is him just strolling around the Hilton. This is everything they release. So sorry, there's a lot of nothing happening. But I didn't want to skip anything. Approximately 3 minutes passed. This is what they're saying. So within those 3 minutes, that's probably where the FBI ran through and planted a shotgun for him. But this is him again, just strolling through. La-di-da-di-da. Here he comes. That guy's checking doors, it looks like. Make sure they're locked. No, I don't know. Maybe he was looking for the gym. Here he is again, just strolling through. There's no, in my opinion, there's no way he expected to come out of this alive. Because you don't go about it the way he did if you had an expectation of surviving. All right, so now this one says 8:23 p.m. The 25th. Is that the day of the... I should have looked to see if that was the day of the actual ballroom event, the White House Corespondents Dinner. It probably is, because he's got a jacket on now. That's the jacket that he charged with, or that he went into the room with. Is his arm moving? Hold on. Is his arm moving while he's walking? Is this him with the gun? Oh, he's got the gun on him. But where? Like, if you guys, anybody who shoots, that shotgun's gonna weigh something. Unless it's strapped on him. There's no way. Yeah, so his right arm is not swaying. His left arm is. So what that tells me is he has the weapon on him. But shotguns are all rifle shotguns, they're all heavy. And I don't see anything. Sorry, I got to see this. I don't see anything that indicates he's got it on him, just that he's holding his arm that way. I don't know. This is weird. That's very, very strange, because I don't know how he's holding a shotgun under that. Well, there's nobody in the hallway because everybody who's probably on that floor is downstairs. But more importantly, what is he? No, it's a shotgun. There's no holster going to be there for a shotgun. And if there is, why wouldn't the officer see it who had the dog? So now we're back here. So there he is. Yep. So I wonder if this is, so this is all in, that was all in sequence. This last part was in sequence. So yeah, even if he had a shoulder strap or any kind of holster device, how did the officer not see it? That's my thing. That's my problem with all of this, because he's there the whole time. So that was him heading to this right here, what we're watching. Interesting. So either he had it on him, which I don't know. That was a huge rifle. But the officer doesn't see it. So now we're going to go to the shooting. This is what Stockton wants to see. But before that, this is the original footage that we had. So I need to ask again. Why did they ever release this? Why did we ever need to see this? Why was this ever necessary? This is what we originally got. Remember? There was no reason to ever release this. And that's PBS News. They got footage directly from security. So how did this new 12K imagery, where did that come from? Where did that come from? This is what I was making fun of on my last live. Like, you got to be kidding me. You can't see anything. This is worse than a flip phone. I don't even know if they had video back then, but this is horrible. So they decrease the speed. So now here's the one that Stockton wanted to see. Here's where we get to see, I think this is a woman. Here's where we get to see her. It's a 2K, okay, whatever. 8K, 12K, 24K. It's 1,000 times better than what we saw. So then why would we ever release that original footage and not this to begin with? I don't know if this is a female, but I want you to pay attention to the one closest to us. On the bottom left, it says police. And I want you to see, now this is like, man, this is like Billy the Kid type of stuff right here, but without the accuracy. So this is slowed down. It looks like a woman. Could be a dude, I can't tell. All right, now look, he's out. This is some reaction time here. Boom! There's a shot. I don't know how he hits, or he doesn't hit. There's another shot, doesn't hit. There's another shot, doesn't hit. And there's another shot. So that's 4 rounds expended right there. Why would anyone shoot? You have 3 people over there on the wall. You have the guy, 2 guys fixing acting as techs, fixing the, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. That is fine because there's one right here before they circled it. But this person is shooting towards officers and TSA. But I don't understand how, go back just a little bit. I don't see 5, I see 4, unless they fired. Supposedly he fired, which makes no sense because he couldn't have hit anyone. So that's 1. But look at the direction. Like, you know how dangerous this is? You go to a range, you never, ever, like, what kind of training does this officer have? If anything, you step in front of him to try to block him, but obviously you don't want to die. So I get that. But this person drew so fast, nobody else, everyone has yet to see what's going on. Very impressive draw. But then how are you drawing that well and you're the worst shot I've ever seen? I've never seen anything like this. Boom, you missed. Boom, you missed again, but you're shooting towards other human beings. The guy on the ground, he's getting shot at. The 3 poor TSA people who stormed out of here, this is horrible. This is horrible. Also, the word, okay, so yeah, so I didn't see any other shots. They said that there was only 5, but I'm just looking at a police officer firing in the direction of other police officers and civilians. I don't know. So this is shot number 2. But your point blank range, like this is, when you hear somebody say point blank, it does not get closer than this. This guy at maximum is 3 feet away. And you miss? I can see missing when he was running through the first metal detector. But this shot here, you're right next to the guy. Right next to the guy. And here again, boom. You have a guy directly in the line of fire. That officer is directly in the line of fire. He's just firing away. Pop, 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 pop. Like, dude, what are you doing? Try to stop the guy from running. Don't shoot behind him. Like, this is insanity. I've never seen anything like this. Now, it's not like I watch a lot of police shootouts where they're shooting a guy at point blank range. But if I did, I guarantee it wouldn't look like this. This is absolute insanity. I've never seen anything like this. This is what not to do when you have people in your crossfire. The other officers, the reason they didn't shoot is probably because there were other human beings in front of them, and they're like, damn, I have no shot. This person doesn't care. I'm taking a shot. I appreciate the effort because, hey, you want to be the hero. You want to stop this. I get that. But you have to be. Come on. I mean, Jesus. As he keeps going, there's going to be another shot. Boom. That's the first one. Now, I don't know what's on the other side off in the distance over there. But that's the first safe shot that this human being has taken. They're just firing randomly. Boom, 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 boom. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so my other question goes to, what did he think he was going to achieve by this? How did you ever expect to get anywhere near anyone if you're just charging like this? You had an officer with a dog who was kind to you, nice to you. Never crossed your mind to just walk? You're like, okay, cool. I got past this guy. I talked my way out of this. He's taking the dog away. Now, Banzai! Like, what are we doing? He went full kamikaze. This is beyond suspicious. This makes no sense. That's why earlier I said I think he went in with the full intention of dying that day. But at least you're supposed to be taking out the cabinet members that supposedly you wrote down in your manifesto. How did you ever plan to get near anybody? You don't, like, if he had a rifle and he came out, as soon as that officer turned his back, boom, and then you start shooting your way in, that makes sense. I'm not trying to educate an assassin, but I'm just saying that would make sense to me because you're actually trying to get somewhere. Running like this top speed, there's no way he had any expectation of doing anything. I think he was surprised to get this close. Just from watching, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Like, how did he expect to get anywhere with this? Yeah, so apparently you got to either go upstairs or downstairs. But this was the only way to get in there. So that's fine. I don't have an issue with it not being on the right floor. But yeah, how are you going to get there if you're running like this? That's still a valid point. It's crazy to watch. So now everybody comes in. All this makes sense. We've seen the footage. I played that on my last live where they swarm around him, get on top of the guy, secure him, all that. That's cool. All that's a normal reaction. But I keep going back to right here, and I need to understand this. I need to understand this. He has no time to pull out that shotgun. There is no time to do what he did without this officer seeing something or knowing something. You can't be this bad at your job. The dog is screaming. Question this guy. Stop this guy. Something's bad, bad, bad. How many more red flags do you need? Do you work here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Have a good day. Like, what kind of questioning is this? That is insane to me. That is absolutely insane to me. I don't know how this is possible. I just don't. Then, okay, I get all of this, even though I don't. I don't understand why TSA is there if they're not the armed air marshals or because most TSA does not carry weapons. I guess they said when I looked it up. Let me see. When I looked it up, remove this. This is what they do. Let me see if I can change the tab to this one. Ah, look at that. Look at me getting fancy. All right, so this is all I typed in is why were they there? And it's supposedly to bolster security. So how are you bolstering security when they're unarmed and they're just in the way and they slamming doors behind themselves? Like, what? I don't understand how this is anything. What's up, Lambo? This is so weird to me. They were focused on the ballroom entrance rather than the overall hotel. Okay, but when they were focused, they were not focused because they ran. And I'm not calling them cowards. I'm trying to understand why they were assigned there, period. This is insanity to me. Security gap. Reports indicated that 3 security was less stringent than typical. It doesn't matter how many you have if they all run and close the door behind themselves. They're supposed to be there to secure. But again, their real strength is public travel. That's what they're supposed to be. That's what they're supposed to be doing. This was not public travel. So why have them there? Why have them there? I don't understand any of this. Proud of the black man, though. Excellent job. This dude here walking over the monitor thing, he's a joke. He should be fired and he should be cast away like, what's his name? Brian Harpole. Never to get a job again. That was horrible. Everything he did was wrong. Everything. Everything he did was wrong. He ignored the dog who was telling him, this is a flag. We need to do something about him. Completely ignored it. Unbelievable. Oh, you said it was a footnote? Yeah, well. What I was looking at 3 was just 3 people on the wall, so I don't know. I don't know. Oh, there actually is another one on the other side. So either way, I saw 3 people, look like all women, running, going through the door and closing the door behind themselves, so nobody else could come to safety with them. That's what I saw. So how is that beefing up security? They're unarmed. They're liabilities, all of them. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And the fact that it came from the FBI, this is really important. This is really, really, really important. And yeah, it's not disrespect to women. I'm just saying there's 3 women and they all ran and they closed the door behind themselves. But here's the connection that I'm going to make. So this is going to make sense to my title because I brought up Erika Kirk. This was the night before. We don't have to look at that again. Hold on. We don't have to see this again. Well, yeah, and that's a good point, Big Brother, because he's boycotted all of them. So let's see, this would be the 5th one, and that's the first one he goes to. He wants that stupid ballroom. So they thought that this was going to be a good stunt, and they could cite security and get justification to build that ballroom that he wants to do. They figure, nobody's going to get hurt. Don't worry. Well, he's got a shotgun. Yeah, but he's just going to run and trip. And then we'll just take the gun and nobody's going to shoot the black man for the first time ever. You have a bunch of officers and they're not going to shoot the black dude. It's that original horrible footage. I knew from here that it was bad. It was going to be, nothing good could come out of this. Start doing meth? Maybe, who knows. But this, is that a woman shooter? Like, is this one down here in the bottom left with police on her? Is that a chick or is that a dude? Whoever it is, this they, them is just going to start firing indiscriminately, and I don't like it at all. I don't like, I cannot believe they're shooting across like this with other human beings behind him. Because even if you hit him, it might be a dude, I don't know. They're just shooting at other officers at that point. It's like, can somebody help me understand this? Can anybody wrap their mind around that? I can't wrap my mind around that. Other than it's staged. So here's the connection. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, this is what we got. Very, very similar to that black and white footage that we had over there. But the difference is that guy was at least caught. This guy wasn't caught, and this is what the FBI put out to help us find the shooter. So how would putting out the worst possible footage help us find the shooter? This is what we got. You can't tell who these people are. I found this to be very interesting because their reasoning for not releasing the 4K footage that they keep saying that they have was that they don't want to taint the jury pool. Well, wait a minute. What is this then? I know it's another case, but he's alive. Are we tainting the jury pool? I understand it's a different case, but I just find it really interesting that the reasoning was tainting the jury pool. We don't want to show the defense everything we have. That's supposedly what they're saying we did. I find that to be inconsistent for Kash Patel and the FBI. You released this crappy footage, and actually this footage here was enhanced by somebody on X. So it was not this good. But this is what we're supposed to get. This was clearer, but you don't see anything. God forbid they release footage where you can actually see his face. So if I'm in the streets of Utah and I'm a Utonian or Utahan, whatever they call themselves, the Utahite. If I'm from Utah and this person is out and about roaming, I want to know what he looks like. I don't want Minecraft quality footage to be supposedly looking for this guy. So what is this? And we're supposed to accept this. Why? Because they said so. That's it. We can't taint the jury pool. This is 120p. You get 4K, 1080p. What is it, 720? I don't know. Whatever the worst resolution possible is, that's what we got. Why? Because they said so. This is it. We can't taint the jury pool. Why would we do that? I am a black belt, and because I said so. I don't know how you guys grew up, but I grew up that if mom or dad says something, you do it. Don't ask any questions. You can get in trouble really fast asking questions. And this again, I don't know how you guys grew up. I think it's a little different in some places depending on where you're from and how you grew up. But for me, that would be a whooping. So because I said so is a warning, it's a threat, and it's the last one. This is how it goes. It goes, whatever the chore, do the dishes. But why do I have to do them? Okay, because I said so. That's it. Conversation can't go past that. If the conversation goes past that, it may hurt. This is just how I grew up. Again, I don't know if I'm revealing some abusive past. What's up? Not worth it. I don't know, but that's just the order. You only get those two. That's it, because I said so. I don't really do that with my son. He's 7. I don't really do that. Sometimes you have to, because they'll just keep going with the questions and avoid it. 15 minutes later, you're still trying to tell them, okay, so there comes a point where you say, all right, that's enough. I didn't get that. I only got 2. That's it. And if something's not flying at me that would hurt, somebody's coming after me that would make it hurt. That's just how I grew up. I don't know how you guys were. That's the final answer. But it's supposed to be this person. It's just Jay's turn. Do the dishes. You can't do that. Where I grew up, how I grew up, you can't do that. I'm just saying. I don't rule with an iron fist like that, but that's how I grew up. And that's just what it was. So, all right, well, just do it. And I've just said dishes as an example. It's anything. Clean your room, or, well, I didn't really have a room. Clean, period. Take the dog out, whatever it was. Whatever you were told to do, you get one chance to question it. After that, you're in trouble, like real trouble. But this is apparently what the FBI is telling us in this case and in the new case. You're supposed to accept this horrible footage because that's just what it is. For whatever reason, the FBI decided to release 4K, really high quality footage in one instance, but they still refused to in this one. And there's no justification for it. This is why I tied these two together. This is why my title is what it is. This is weird. Not just for the FBI, but this is Kash Patel in particular, because he's the head of the FBI. And it directly ties to this. Like, wait a minute. Because Erika Kirk was there too, and she made it about herself because that's what she does. But if the reasoning is there's a trial coming up, there's a trial coming up in both of these instances. So I don't understand. Because the reasoning seems to be, well, there's a lone gunman. We're going to present overwhelming evidence. When are you going to do that? In 2027, 2028, somewhere around then, in front of a jury. But we don't want to taint the jury pool by releasing clear footage that could potentially save lives, because at the time that footage was released, he was still armed and dangerous. He's traveling around Utah. Wouldn't you want the clearest possible picture to be available? Certified whooping. Yeah, just what it was. And again, I asked this about one guy, but it applies here too. Where is this guy? This guy has a rifle. So there's more components to this guy's weapon, because he has a scope. He's got a rifle. Even if it was disassembled, it's not fitting in his backpack, unless, so there's a new theory now, because they have the fold AR. It's more consistent with the bullet. I don't know, but I honestly don't believe that he did it, so it's even worse. To me, it's even worse. But where is the weapon? What's up, Juicy Fruit? Where is the weapon? This was him supposedly going up. Nothing. Yeah, no rifle's going to break down small enough for that. Like, this is wild. This is really, really wild. So in both cases, I would make the case, okay, well, there was a drop point for the weapon. So we know that the other guy had to have dropped that shotgun because there's no way he could hide that with an officer. Like the officer would have had to see it when he's taking off his jacket because he took off his jacket. His jacket was pretty long down to like maybe his thighs. So we saw it. In this case, we have a guy with a backpack. He doesn't have anything. He's not concealing anything. But they showed us footage. They showed us footage of this guy supposedly limping before the shooting because he supposedly had the rifle on him. Okay, well, where is it? How do you go upstairs? If there's a rifle in one of these legs, there's no way you're going up the stairs. It's not happening. That one leg would still have to be like this. You like, oh, I'm doing. You would have to be still walking like this, like he was supposedly walking through the neighborhood, because you have a rifle on you. Where is it? This is the footage we have of him. Now, again, this was after the fact, and they show us footage that we cannot verify who it is on purpose. This was him. You could see him kind of running behind through the glass. This was supposedly Tyler Robinson after he unalived Charlie Kirk. This is him. No, this was not. This was a 30-06. So fold AR is the only weapon that I'm aware of that's a rifle that can fold down, but it still wouldn't fit in that backpack. You would see something pointing out, like nothing was pointing out. It was just round, like it had clothes in it. Now, I don't know how many of you guys work out, but this right here is really impressive. This is real. There's no rail there. This is really impressive. One arm is supporting his body weight. He's still able to grab whatever that was. He's able to grab whatever this is. Well, that's probably his bag, but it's not a rifle. It's definitely not a rifle because it's like flopping down. This is impressive. He drops that and then falls down. That's not a rifle. That's not long enough. Look, 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 look. That's like clothes. That is not a rifle. Where did the rifle come from? They say young boys are flexible. But the problem is this guy's a nerd, a skinny, really scrawny nerd. But what he picked up is just flapping. It's like empty. Where is the rifle? You just now pulled off the assassination of our lifetimes. That's not a rifle that he's about to throw down. When he picks it up, you see it flop. This is athleticism. If you've seen this guy, he's scrawny. That's not him. I'm telling you, that's not him. I'm a pretty strong dude. To hang yourself like this, grab something, drop it, and then drop however far that is. It's at least twice his height. So say he's 6 foot. That's more than 12 feet. He picks it. It's flopping. Where's the rifle? It was assembled. Remember? They found it fully assembled. So did he break it down, jump down, reassemble it, and then hide it in a chicken coop? That doesn't make any sense. And as he's running, this is the footage they gave us. So they give us clear footage after the fact, but it's never enough to identify the person that they say it is. He was definitely a decoy, in my opinion. Just like George Zinn. Pretty incredible footage. This is not much different than what we were given for this ball. This is Erika Kirk. This is the I just want to go home. This is this. Let's go home. So you see people. All right. Let me breathe, because I don't like people playing in my face. You see people behind Kash Patel under the table. So this is after the shooting started. Why is he just sitting there? I know Dana White Dana White's crazy. I get it. He's in the business of adrenaline. So for him, this is exciting. That's what gets him going. That's what keeps him, promoting fights and stuff like that. Kash Patel's the head of the FBI, and he's just sitting there while shots are being fired. Does this make any sense? I get media. I fully understand the media doing it. When Erika Kirk was whining about, they pull their phones out. That's what they do. I get that. I get Dana White, again, adrenaline junkie. I get that. But Kash Patel, you're literally just sitting there. You're not scared for your life? That lady right behind you under the table is. I find that weird. This is even more interesting. And I'll put it back to full when we get to where I want to. Do you guys have any idea what his... That's Kash Patel just chilling on the phone. I don't know who he's calling, why he would be outside exposed, completely exposed, head of the FBI by himself, completely exposed. Now, maybe that guy behind him is one of his detail. Okay, but why are you standing out in public when there was just a shooting? You're not worried that there may be another one? Oh, I know. It's always a lone gunman. They never work in teams. Never, ever. Because that's how you take away the suspicion that the FBI or CIA are involved. But Kash Patel's he's not a military guy. No fear? No fear at all. Kash Patel, no fear. You're just sitting out there on your phone. You're 100% certain that everything was taken care of. Very weird. What happened in there? I know. Yeah. Sorry. Ew, sitting outside. But here's the better one. Here comes the better one.
Yeah, you keep going. Where are you? I'm free press.
Shout out to Texas Pete. Hey, like, subscribe, share. This is my favorite part right here. Right here. Erika, you said you just want to go home. Why are you still outside posing? Erika Kirk. Erika, you were just crying 2 minutes before this. What's up, Uncle L? You were just crying 2 minutes before. I just want to go home. As soon as you get outside, you're posing out by your car. You didn't get in and just think to, I don't know, go home. I know those pesky kids are there. God forbid you go be with your kids. You were the one who was crying outside, saying you just wanted to go home. Why? What are you doing here, lady? What are you doing? You're supposed to be headed home. Why? Can somebody explain that? Is she giving a statement? She's not crying anymore, so that's good. Yeah, he's down. All right, guys, keep moving out that way. So you're just chilling? I don't know. I don't want to go home now. What are we doing here?
Disinformation.
This is the White House saying it's not disinformation, or that it is disinformation to question the validity of what we just watched. I question it because it doesn't make sense. It's absurd. And I guess that makes me a Democrat, according to Texas Pete. I can't just look at it and say, this is not good. At the bare minimum, this is the worst security I've ever seen. But that makes me a Democrat. I can't just open my eyes. Hey, Pete, I can't just open my eyes and say, yeah, this is bad. When I watch TSA, who shouldn't even be there because they're in charge of securing transportation. When I watch them run through a door, close it behind them. When I watch a guy with a dog that's actually sniffing out a gun, telling the officer, hey, he's got a gun, and the officer ignoring it. Maybe you just came in. Maybe you should go back. Less than 480, 240, 120. But this is art. Like, I never thought I would see the Trump administration spinning like this. I know a lot of you people don't like Trump. I've been supporting this man for over 10 years now. I never thought I would see them just outright lying like this and having his press secretary do it.
Disinformation and misinformation online. There will be bite-sized clips that will go viral to the point where there are Americans in this country that believe that what happened Saturday night was staged. How does this White House tackle that with social media companies out there, whether it's X, Facebook, Instagram? How do they work with these companies to make sure that doesn't get out of control?
All right, so this is a Democrat thing, and I'm not. Listen, you are who you are. They're always looking to censor, and this is a new phenomenon on the right now, because now the right are trying to do the same thing. What does she think the government can do about people spreading conspiracy theories, especially when this one is ripe to be spread? Like, pause. There can be no excuse for what happened there, but we're not supposed to talk about it. They want to stifle that, so you can't put it out there. Hey, I don't know about this. This is not good. This is not good at all. Like, what are we doing here? In my opinion, this is another. So this is a multi-pronged play that they're doing here. There's a censorship play. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, Stockman. There is a like on the way out. Subscribe. There is a censorship play that they've been trying to work on, Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson all this time. All it's done is make them grow bigger. But then there's this play for this ballroom. But then there's another play where they don't want us talking about Iran and just how bad it's going over in Iran. That's all this is, or Iran, or whatever they want. I saw a guy trying to correct people on, you're not supposed to say Iran. It's Iran. Okay, I'm not saying that every time. I'm not. I'm not. Iran. So they don't want us talking about that. So they redirect us over here. Try to keep the horse blinders on. We can only focus on one thing at a time, and that's a problem. This is what we're going through right now with our federal government, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. It's a uniparty. They're all the same thing. Trump was my last hope, and he's not doing what he said he's going to do. So I have problems, lots of problems. And this is just an example of what we're supposed to be fighting against. There's no accountability. I already went over that fake James Comey indictment, ridiculous James Comey indictment. Of all the things they could have got this guy on, full on treason and sedition, they go after him for, pebbles and sand. Absolutely absurd. But they want censorship. Yeah, why was he taking it down? So I would say if there's something wrong with it, maybe, I don't know, but I'm sure they can explain that away. What they can't explain away is you have the dog right there. You have the officer right there. That's what you can't explain away. So when I hear,
as far as we're concerned, just providing maximum
when I hear
transparency, and hopefully people will believe the truth rather than the lies and the conspiracies.
How are you providing maximum transparency when we still are begging for the other half of the Epstein files? Unredacted. That's not transparency at all. You're not draining the swamp. You're not going after all these psychopaths who are literally persecuting people on the right through Biden's whole term. You're not looking into Hunter Biden's, his FARA violations. You're not looking into anything. You're not looking into anything. Don't tell me about transparency. I really like her. I think she does a really good job. Levitt, that's her name. I think what's the one before her? McEnany. She was awesome. Oh man, she would pull out the binder. Untouchable. She was the best one. But I never thought I'd see one come up and just outright lie and say, "This is sad." No one. If you can't explain this, I don't want to hear anything. If you can't explain this, I don't want to hear anything. There's no way this should happen. It's not possible. Not only him getting out of that room running towards several people with a shotgun, but the reactions, none of this makes sense to me. None of this. None of this. Firing literally towards other officers, TSA running and closing the door behind them. The dog, all of this is bad, really, really bad. And I don't care if you think that makes me a Democrat. Horrible is horrible. I don't care who does it. This is inexplicable. And not only, yeah, and he's a black dude too. I will keep saying that because it's funny to me that a black dude, the one time it would be fully justifiable in everyone's eyes to shoot him, they didn't shoot him. That's wild. And I don't even think they took a shot. But this, inexplicable. The dog is warning this man. Leash tight, and he pulls the dog away, and immediately this guy charges out. What are his intentions? What could his intentions possibly be? There's no way he's going to make it near anybody of any status. You're not getting near the president. You're just barging in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's all I got for today. It's a stark contrast between how they're handling this versus how they handle the Charlie Kirk thing. I think it's really interesting that they release full footage here, but not in the Charlie Kirk situation. And then their example, well, we have everything in 4K. Then release it. I got that footage right off I didn't even know the FBI had a YouTube. I didn't put that in the description because I didn't want them. It would tag them. I want to stay as low as I possibly can on that radar. But I think it doesn't, none of it makes sense. You put it right on the YouTube website. Like this site gets billions of videos on it, and the FBI put it on there, but they won't do that. Thank you, Miss Queen. I don't know. That's all I got. Like, subscribe, share, support. Told you it wasn't gonna be that long. Hour and 17. No, that's, man. I made 11-minute video, 11 minutes worth of video into an hour and 17 just running my mouth. I apologize. Thank you everybody for coming in. Again, like on the way out, subscribe, share, please. I always have fun when I hit these. When I hit the live button, I always try to have fun. I try to inform, and I try to give a different perspective from what I'm seeing online. And I haven't seen anybody talking about that. I just haven't, and I don't know why I haven't seen anybody talking. It's weird to me, but it is. It is. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you, Free J. Thank you, Not Worth It. Thank you, Miss Queen of Spades. Welcome, welcome. Everyone else who was in here, there was a lot of people in here. I appreciate you all, and I will be back in, what's today, Monday? Probably Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll do some drawing. Yeah, I'll do some drawing on my art channel. But with that said, I appreciate it. I was told by Mel that I should drop this regardless. So I'm going to drop my Cash App if anybody would like to support this kind of content. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you as always. And I am